And welcome back, everyone, to our second episode of We and Wrestling Podcast. And since we're all here together, I want to just make sure I thought that March is Multiple Sclerosis Awareness Month. And multiple sclerosis not only affects me, but millions of people worldwide. So get aware of it. That's it. On to
Yeah.
the show.
Yeah, we got Monday Night Raw, March 10th, 2025, held at the legendary Madison Square Garden.
Let's go, let's go.
All in all, really great show.
Definitely.
We open up with Jey Uso and Grayson Waller with Austin Theory in his corner there.
I'm not comfortable with how they keep going mid-carders at Uso, but he is going to WrestleMania, so.
Yeah, I feel that they kind of got a lot of mid-card that he needs to pull through right now to kind of be on that upper echelon, and they're kind of doing the same thing with Gunther too. They're kind of putting Jay and Gunther onto these pedestals to where it's like anybody they're fighting, it's kind of a joke.
I guess so. Well, they kind of have Gunther wrestling Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso constantly, but otherwise, I guess you could say that, yeah.
Yeah. Still, Grayson Waller, he is so good at being that old school bad guy. With all of his new school mechanics and stuff. He's just old school good. I also loved how he tore up the Yeet sign that some kid had on
Yeah,
his way to the.
that was happy, sad, but that was a great, And like Waller
Yeah.
definitely has those mechanisms, but I don't see it for Austin Theory and the fact that they're together,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's the thing. They were running good on the top of the tag team circuit there, and then they've just like had them they had them kind of in a thing to where they thought Grayson was going to betray Austin, and then they just kind of got rid of that whole story premise and stuff, because that would have been a good good opportunity to turn Austin Theory over to a baby face, because Lord knows Raw needs some baby faces.
Yeah, everybody can't be a heel.
Yeah. Gary and Crosby talking to everybody, have everybody mad at each other. But yeah, another note I had, Jay's grills are distracting when he's wrestling with.
What? Like, are those a new thing? Because I was just like, what are those? And I don't remember seeing those like that. I was like, ugh. But like,
yeah,
those are new, right? Because I was just like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Those have to be new.
Yeah, they're definitely distracting. I could barely hear what he's saying over how shiny they were.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, had a really good sliding clothesline come in, and then Grayson got to doing the foot head pushes. I love that where the heel just pushes them with their foot, just pushes their head with their foot. And then there were some weak ass attacks after that. But then then Grayson did that outside of the ring to roll up flatliner.
Yeah, that was
really
hard. I was really impressed by that.
That was really cool. And then I guess Jay's just fallen into the whole Anawahi family to where he's just gonna finish with a spear.
Oh my god! But the spear was so gorgeous, though. Like I definitely thought that. I was like, so we're all doing spears, but it was a great spear, so can't get mad at it.
Yeah. And then right after the pin, Austin Theory comes in and attacks. Jay does a great, comeback there against him, and then Gunther comes in with the sleeper.
I mean, weren't we waiting for Gunther, though?
Weren't we just waiting for
him? That's his thing now, to attack.
Yeah.
Jey Uso
just pop in last minute, put a sleeper on somebody.
Well, it's gonna happen.
Yeah. Bobby the Brain Heenan is just rolling over in his grave, just in excitement. Anytime Gunther puts on a sleeper, I'm just imagining Bobby the Brain Heenan is just creaming his pants.
The things he could have done.
Yeah. Um, then they did a Rollins and Punk comeback, call back to like their whole feud, everything, and then cut to Logan Paul's promo.
I
Um,
He's such a flaming bag of poop.
but which I forgot to say, I gave the Jey Uso Grayson Waller match a 6.
I
Gave it
mean,
a 6.
I
Feel it went a little above what it needed to do, but it still did what it needed to do.
I'm gonna say it was a 5.5. It was a little drawn like out in a couple of spots, a little too drawn out for me, and they just don't need Austin Theory there at all. So this is like there's just a lot of things, So nah.
Yeah, I think that they should have kept on playing up on that on a storyline between those two and breaking them up, because not using them as a team isn't exactly
I
working, and
totally
we'll
agree. I totally agree.
yeah. Um, but yeah, Logan Paul's promo. I love the staged T-shirt ripoff that he does. I thought that was hilarious, having the
It was
kid with
it was
with
hilariously
the two
bad.
right off. Um, and also I loved how he just got into the promo, just being like, "Yo, my soul is for sale. Rock, come get."
I was just like, this is horrible. That wasn't even a good promo. That wasn't good anything. I was like, did you really just say that? Like, this isn't practice. This is the main stage. That wasn't good. Who told him he could say that? Who told him that was a good idea? Like, we need to have discussions about these things. Because I was just like, this is bad. This is bad because it wasn't even like anything anyone asked for, one. And two, it wasn't well played. So, like, why'd you
Yeah,
do it?
yeah. And then he gets up into Andrew Schultz, who I like him as a comedian. Um, and he did pretty well there, and just like pretty much stating like, nobody is here for you,
I
dude. We're
mean,
here to see a cage match.
as a New Yorker, I felt that. I was like, it's true though. It's true. No, nobody's there.
So
Nope.
I gave Andrew Schultz an 8.
It is actually, but he got a 9 for me. He got a 9 just for that line actually.
Um, and then you have AJ come out and call him out, and then just bitch slap him out basically. Um, and just made Logan look like a bitch.
Yeah.
And that whole promo just was not very well suited for Logan Paul. It's just like, hey, my soul's for sale. Hey, a comedian can cream on me. Hey, AJ Styles can make me look like a bitch.
And I mean like, yeah, I just think it was unnecessary, honestly, because like and it could have been
Yeah,
shorter, honestly, because it didn't hit. Like
yeah, they're really gaming on having it be AJ Styles versus Logan Paul at WrestleMania, I think. Which I think it'll be a good match, because I can knock Logan on a lot of things, but he's good in the ring, and so is AJ Styles, so they'll probably put on a pretty good match.
yeah, but like my thing is they're playing off how people don't like Logan Paul. So I'm like, people really don't like him. And why don't you focus
Yeah,
on how he's a good wrestler? He can be if he can't be a heel any other way, other than the fact that people actually don't like him, then
yeah,
I don't know if that's how you want to go, because that's not playing a role. That's just people not liking someone. Like that
that's
means
just
he
being
can't
a heel.
act.
Yeah, that I guess they're gonna keep on playing on it. That's kind of what that one leads up to.
Shit.
But after that, we got New Day versus LWO. Um, which yeah, all in all, I'd say pretty good match. I think the new LWO shirt is whack.
Not a fan of it. I'm absolutely not a fan.
Yeah. Um, Also, it's been a stable now for quite a long time, and and kind of really, I kind of feel just holding back at this point the potential of like the other three guys that are involved. Like Selena Vega doesn't even pop up for promos or anything
Yeah, right.
anymore, and they're not using her too much, which is fine by me. I'm not too big of a Selena Vega fan.
I'm not a
Um,
fan. I'm not a fan. I just, I'm just,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, not a hater, but not a fan.
I think they could definitely, it wouldn't hurt to dissolve them, like right now. That's what I feel about
Yeah,
it.
it'll probably be during the draft where they break them up. It'll
Mostly.
probably be through WrestleMania. So, but yeah, I did make a note of when Ray was had to do a look back before he started punching. Like he had to do kind of a double take. Like, should I start punching? Oh, I guess I should start punching. Um, they got a pop up crash that kind of happens where they're both popping up and crash into each other. Then they get into a hang up mix up.
Yeah, that.
Uh, there was a lot of like seemed like a lot of confusion at the start of the match
And
on like where it should go, but then it picked up. There was like really cool assisted Hurricane Rana Tree of Woe kind of stomp that went on there. That one was pretty cool. Um, there was a great little table Hurricane Rana spot where Xavier Woods kind of slides off the table and it still
the
breaks.
almost break, yeah. I love it.
um, then they do a little finisher trade off with a 619 splash reversal, and then there's the senton, but then Chad Gable with a mask, but it's not Chad Gable with a mask.
Done.
Um, it's somebody else that is not Chad Gable that's doing it. Nobody's sure who it is, but guy did that slow German suplex that Chad Gable usually does, and there's big assisted stomp out and everything like that. So I gave the match about a 4.5
Yeah, I
just
would.
because.
I gave that match a one. You have to LWO. I mean, you have to stop relying on the oldest guy. Like, come on,
Yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah, fair enough. Now, then right after that we had a Judgment Day promo, um, where it's basically just set up Finn getting his Intercontinental title shot against Braun Breaker there. The only note I made of it is that he hugs Dom, and then I said, I want to hug Dom too. I
Okay,
want to
I do
hug
want
Dirty Dom.
to hug. I'm glad you did.
I want to hug Dirty Dom, smoke a joint with him, eat some chicken nuggies.
I mean, I'll take a light up,
You know,
but yeah, I don't.
I'm cool with Dirty Dom.
I
he's
mean, yeah, okay.
he's basically my favorite. Yeah, he's basically my favorite heel.
There's so
Just
many. Yeah, how can you choose?
how can you choose one? Um, yeah. Then right after that, Cody Rhodes did a promo.
That was a
Um,
great promo.
yeah, that was a really good promo. Um, you know, not to spoil what ends up coming later, but much better promo than ones that ends up coming the following week.
Oh my god.
That's not his fault. um, but yeah, then after that we got Raquel Rodriguez versus Bailey. Um, I just pretty much had pretty standard, predictable match with surprise finish. You know,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So I gave it a 5. Um,
I mean, it's boring. They're boring. I don't know. I don't know.
It was pretty predictable.
It's a it's way too predictable, but the fact that together they can't be exciting, that really gets me.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go 3.5 with them because they just actually every time I rate them, they go lower. So next
Fair
time
enough.
I'm giving them zero even. Starting from there. Anyway,
Keep up that standard bullshit. You will get. Um. Then we got Chad Gable's promo, which I only made a note. Blue Blazer has entered the chat.
that's about how I feel.
Yeah, I thought it was an all in all great promo, especially having the guy in the mask, trucked out right behind him, like during it. Like it was just a hilarious, awesome promo. Um, so I gave that promo an 8 just because Blue Blazer has entered the chat. I'm like, go ahead, call back to Blue Blazer.
Definitely was
Oh,
back. I liked it. It was solid. So
Owen's rolling in his grave.
no.
But yeah. Then we got Io Sky's promo right after that, um, which I thought was like really good, especially uh, the like I just love her. The fact that she's just like so pumped up and prepped, for everything, and just like I am your women's
Yeah,
champion.
yeah, I love that character. Like, I kind of hope like that she's like that in real life. But anyway, yeah, I definitely feel what you're
Yeah,
feeling. That just makes me
yeah,
happy. The preppiness and the whole spark and stuff. I could use some of that.
yeah. And then I have Bianca Belair enters the chat. And then Rhea Ripley has entered the chat. And handle your business, and Io handled business. Damn sure handled business with those two great pitch slaps and just being like, no, this is not about you. This is about me. It's about my title.
I like that. I like that they gave that really preppy character that outlet. It made me very
Yeah,
happy.
yeah. And yeah, that leads us to the finale, to the match of the night, main event.
Main event.
Seth freaking Rollins versus CM Punk in a steel cage.
I
Yeah, go ahead.
I honestly no, nope, nope, nope. You go ahead.
I have great aggressive start. Just
Yep, that's what you started.
so we're in agreement on that. Just great aggressive start. Just being so super aggressive at the start, and then getting into a slugfest, and then getting into a chop off, and then Seth pulls off a nice cage bomb. Um,
That was hot.
yeah, he pulls off a really nice cage bomb, and then after they proceed to continually beat the piss out of each other there, then they have the walking away from the finish, which that was so great and unique, because you have to think in all the times that we've seen steel cage matches before, it's always them desperately either trying to get out or try to get the pin,
Yeah.
trying to end the match. But to have that to where it's just like, I could walk out right now, but I don't. I want to beat the piss out of you. Like,
That's
that
exciting.
was
That's exciting to
just,
me.
yeah, that was a major points for me, just to like, take what could be and flip it on its head. Um, and then they have a really, really great struggle to a great superplex, too, from the cage there. That was really awesome. Um, and then he pulls him down into an STF. Um, and held that for a while on him there, and then we get a kick out trade off, to where it was just like they were just pulling move after move on each other and just kicking out of just one after one. And then Punk pulls the stomp on Seth. Love that part. He pulls the stomp out on him. He pulls the GTS out on him. They're trading finishers. And then then he's getting up there to the cage, and then Roman Reigns pulls out Seth from from there and gives him the Superman punch, spear, and a stomp. Just gives him the triple about up on him. And then we see Paul Heyman cradling CM Punk, and Roman's like, nah, fuck that. He smashes the shit out of him. But yeah, what notes you got?
Well, the notes I got, first of all, I'm starting with, I hated the way it ended. I hated the way it ended. But why
Really?
do we leave Roman Reigns like out of something? Like, why? It was great with Paul Heyman. Why did Roman Reigns have to get involved? You could have done anything else with that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what really bothered me. Like, yeah, the whole match was awesome, but then you go to the end. Like, why is Roman Reigns here? Yeah, I'm all for surprises, all for greatness, but Roman Reigns. And I don't dislike Roman Reigns, but come on.
I mean, I kind of liked it because it for one, it falls back into the same category of a finish that we haven't seen before. You've never seen anybody win a steel cage match by getting pulled out to get their ass beat. Also, they are just in the love for triple threats.
And that's
as so that's essentially what they're trying to set up. They're trying to set up Seth, CM Punk, and Roman at WrestleMania.
and that's another thing. But we'll talk about that more with the next one we talk about with the triple
Yeah,
threats, because it's just
setting up triple threats after triple threats.
and it's just and that was the beginning, but you could tell they're edging that way for a while in a whole bunch of different directions. Now it's just like no, it's not no.
Mm-hmm.
So
All in all, I gave the match an 8.5. I thought it was just a spectacularly brutal steel cage match. Thought it was well planned out, and it showed us a lot of things that we hadn't seen
I totally
in
agree.
steel cage matches before.
It was choreographed awesomely. I didn't have anything to say that I didn't like about the actual match. It's just the end that pissed me off a lot. That really just like killed the whole thing for me because it was such a great match. And why are you here?
Yeah,
Why are you here? Because they're working that angle between Seth freaking Rollins. They should change the fucking Rollins for Netflix, but you know, I don't work at the company. But
yeah,
and then they don't need Roman Reigns for that. I don't believe, in my opinion. But whatever,
yeah. I mean, this is something that honestly, right when they announced the steel cage match on Raw, this was something that like everybody was kind of thinking, oh, wouldn't this be a Mania match? Like, wouldn't Seth freaking Rollins and CM Punk be and a steel cage be a Mania match? But I think we'll be seeing uh, quite a few of these types of matches in the following weeks.
Yeah.
Especially with them being in Europe, to where there's matches that one would think would be at WrestleMania and are going to end up on Raw to set up whatever they plan on setting up. I don't know.
I'm not against it. I like it.
Yeah. But all in all, yeah. Great Monday Night Raw.
I agree.
Great last one to kick off their tour in Europe, by finishing out in Madison Square Garden, getting ready to go off. So
They definitely left home with a bang.
yeah. So yeah, all in all, great episode. Great review. It's 11/11, make a wish.
All right, awesome. So
I make wish WrestleMania is